What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So with this video I wanted to talk about some newly surfaced concept art for the original Prometheus sequel that was titled Alien Paradise Lost. So this was an early version of the movie that did become eventually Alien Covenant, and in the past, we actually have had some indication of where this version of the movie would have gone, and we also had some very early concept art that came out a few years ago around the time of Alien Covenant's release that surfaced from artist Kang Lee, and his version showcased a movie that was completely different than what we ultimately got with Alien Covenant. It showed a Giger-esque engineer city, David and other characters, and just a completely different movie than what we ultimately got with Covenant. And in this early concept art from this Prometheus sequel, Alien Paradise Lost, now from Daniel Burns, that has just been released as of today, Alien Day 2024, it looks like we can also see a lot of cool images here from what would have been that early sequel. So the first picture that was shown off shows us a biomechanical and also a translucent alien creature that's actually dubbed a deacon xenomorph hybrid as part of the artist's website. So this is obviously a concept that was introduced at the end of Prometheus, but unfortunately did not carry over through to Covenant. Covenant instead introduced a more traditional looking xenomorph and another creature that was dubbed the neomorph, which was the white sort of translucent alien that was birthed by the spore pods on Planet 4. The Deacon, however, was the alien that we saw burst out of the engineer's chest after it was impregnated by the trilobite. And it looks like this early version of the Prometheus sequel would have carried over those ideas with a Deacon xenomorph hybrid here. It also looks like the creature would have been quite large, as it takes up a giant portion of this engineer-like hallway, and it's even crouching down a bit, so you can see that it would have been very tall and probably would have been slightly larger than the engineers themselves. The second image shows us two characters walking through what appears to be some kind of a stone forest structure. We can see that they're walking on probably what would have been an early version of Planet 4, the planet that David and Shaw eventually landed on and the Covenant eventually came across. And it just really goes to show how different the agriculture and the surroundings changed in the ultimate final movie. The next couple images here, we can see the first one, it looks like a character walking through another engineer sort of hallway, and it's hard to tell, but this character might actually have been Shaw in the image here. They're wearing one of the Prometheus suits that we saw in that movie. And the final image is of a spaceship actually landing on a desolate planet. The surroundings are a lot different than the other images. This one looks to be more rocky, barren, almost like a desert type planet. It might be the same planet, but just different section of it. Maybe the other images showcase more closer to what the engineer's city would have looked like, whereas this is the actual surface of the planet. This could have been an early version of the Covenant dropship landing pod that they eventually land on the planet in Alien Covenant, but it remains to be seen what the ship would have been. There's basically no details about any of the images here. We can just kind of gather what we can from them visually, but I think all of them are really cool. And again, it really shows that the Prometheus sequel that eventually became Alien Covenant had a lot of promise and a lot of things going for it, but unfortunately it seems like Ridley Scott, or maybe the executives at Fox, or whoever was in charge of the decisions to go towards more a traditional Alien movie, ultimately squandered a lot of the interesting ideas that were brought up in Prometheus and the direction that it would have taken had they gone through with this, focusing more on the engineers, other creatures, other hybrid type aliens, not really focusing on the traditional xenomorphs and facehuggers and stuff, but really showcasing more of the engineers and their culture and trying to figure out more of the questions that were raised in Prometheus. But sadly, we didn't get that in the final product, and I think that, it just goes to show what could have been with all this concept art. But let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments below. Do you guys like this more than what we got? I think it, again, is much more interesting and, really shows a side of the Alien franchise and the Alien universe that is still yet to be explored with the engineers and their culture. If a third Alien prequel movie does happen, hopefully they go back in that direction, but again, the odds of that happening are pretty slim. Ridley hasn't talked about doing another Alien in a long time, and he's really seemingly focused on other projects, so the chances of getting another follow-up to Alien Covenant and Prometheus is probably pretty low at this point. But like I said, share your thoughts below. If you guys are new to the channel and you like this video, subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I drop new content. If you want to hit me up on social media, you can find me in the links down below, and with all that being said, I'll catch you guys next time.